X back with yet another video. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Sit back, relax, and watch. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, as that would be deeply appreciated. Share the video to a friend who likes for this or just anime content in general. And with that being said, we can now begin the video. Let's take the story of Naruto more than 20 years back. Minato's father and Minato's mother would be talking. If this information gets out, you know what they'll do. They'll destroy everything. Everything, I tell you. Why exactly? Why exactly would they do that? They'd have no reason. You know why. It's because you're a 𝙎𝙈𝙊𝙃 and I'm an Aburame. That's why. Minato's father stayed silent. Naomi, There's no way to get around it, okay? You don't have to explain yourself. I get it, it's confusing, but we cannot raise Minato. You know that. I wish things were different. Why must our clans always be fighting? You're the one who decided to fall in love with me. Don't blame this all on me now! Naomi Aburame said nothing. As Taka Namikaze left the room. 2 days later, Minato was born. Minato Namikaze. And it would be then that they would leave him as an orphan in the Hidden Leaf Village. Little did they know, they just sowed the seeds for the 4th Hokage. Or rather, the future 4th Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village. Being an orphan, Minato would work almost twice as hard every single day, as he would continue to get better and better. But with that being said, most of you already know the story of Minato. So now we can skip about 20 years further. More than that, to be honest. To the day of the Nine Tails attack. After Minato was now dead, after sealing the half of the Nine Tails within himself and half within Naruto, Naruto would be left under the watching eye of Hiruzen Sarutobi. Now I say under the watching eye because it wouldn't be Hiruzen who took him in, but rather the Aburame clan itself. You see, Minato had many cousins within the clan, and they saw Naruto as one of their own, regardless of if he had a tail beast within him. The Aburame were already known as a clan that was weird in nature, you know, controlling bugs and all. So, taking on another weird person to the clan, well, it didn't change the fact that they were family. And so Naruto would grow up as an Aburame. Yet, many Aburame chose not to associate with him in the first place, as several of the clansmen in the clan have been killed by the Kyuubi in his rampage. Naruto took all of it. He took the anger of the people, he took the hate of his fellow clansmen, and he harnessed it into a drive to shock the village and become the Hokage. He knew who his father was, as many of the clansmen told him. Some were even rude about it. Wow. The 4th Hokage's son for what? Is that really the 4th son? Sometimes Naruto would doubt it. Sometimes Naruto believed that there was no way that he was Minato's son, the 4th Hokage, the prodigy. But he knew deep down that he was, and there was nothing that could change that. He grew up with that chip on his shoulder, never being great enough to be acknowledged as anything more than Lord 4th's son. And it didn't help that he sucked at chakra control and could barely manifest his bugs in the first place. that was until he made a promise to himself. A true promise to become Hokage. It was from that day on that he recognized that he may die trying. That there are several people who have failed to become Hokage. You could say that this Naruto is much more logical, yet still has all the tools not to succeed. Naruto understood that he was in a world of winners and losers. Winners became Hokage, whilst losers either died on the battlefield or were no more than Jonin or Chunin, or maybe they were reserved a spot in the Anbu or as an Abu captain, if lucky enough. But what he also knew was that he wanted to be a winner. He wanted to be the best of the best, and he didn't want anything to be able to stop that. He wanted to become the strongest Aburame, the strongest Namikaze, the strongest Uzumaki, the best of the best. He wanted to be second to none. But yet, in his way stood so many. Even a boy who was the same age as Naruto and was even a distant third cousin, known as Shino Aburame, was better than him in almost every way. He could control his bugs better, had better chakra control, and, well, everything in between. Heck, the only thing Naruto was better than him at was brute strength, and, well, what's brute strength if not controlled? And so Naruto knew all this, and he sat and pondered. What will I do? He thought of it for a really long time, and eventually he realized what he would do. He would train. He would train until he surpassed all of them, no matter how hard and how difficult it was. However many obstacles he had to overcome to do it, he would. He made a vow, and he would keep that vow to himself. And so the very next day, he would begin his training. At first, he asked many of his clansmen to train him, but many declined, until one said yes. His name? Torine Aburame. But, well, how exactly did that even happen? It's simple. Naruto is walking around the Aburame's part of the village, and although there is not a Aburame part of the village in the way that there is the Uchiha's part of the village and how they were segregated, there is a area where a lot of Aburames frequent. An area of the village that was to its southern border. And so, Naruto would be walking the streets of the area, and eventually he would see Torine. He knew that Torine was an Anbu member, and that, well, Torine was super, super strong. Heck, he believed that Torine was the strongest Aburame in the Hidden Leaf Village at the time. And so, he would stop Torine in his tracks, who was eating some food. Oh, what? What is it, Naruto? Hey, Torine. Yeah? Can you train me? Train you? Torine almost spit out his food. You want me to train you? You're the son of the 4th Hokage. You have no business asking me to train you. Where's all that natural strength? You'll be just fine on your own, don't you worry. Torine then continued walking, as Naruto followed him. Torine realized that Naruto was following him about a minute later, as he turned to see Naruto right behind him. What are you still doing here, Naruto? I told you, natural strength's the way to go. You'll be just fine. You're wrong. I know you were taught, or else you wouldn't be in the Anbu. Oh, and you don't even know why I want to train. You're just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Natural strength. I don't care about natural strength. It's not good enough. I'm not gonna beat people just through brute strength. Insects are one of the weakest creatures in the entire world. And yet, so many Aburame can defeat stronger creatures. And I know that for a fact. So don't sit here and tell me that natural strength is the way to go. Teach me, train me, please. Allow me to become a stronger. Allow me to become Hokage. What was that? Hokage. I want to be Hokage. 𝘾𝙍 said nothing. Huh. 𝘾𝙍 looked up at the Hokage faces as he looked at Minato's. It seems that this boy might just follow in your footsteps, Minato. Only time will tell. He looked back down at Naruto, who sat and looked at him with a determined face. As 𝘾𝙍 nodded. What's that supposed to mean? Why are you nodding at me? Naruto, I'm telling you I'll train you. Now, my schedule's kind of busy, but we can start training tomorrow after I go visit a friend. Is it one of your Anbu friends? Can I come? No. The friend I'm visiting is more like a boss, a master, you know? Just like you're gonna be my master? It's a little bit different with him, but yeah, I'll be your sensei. Just while we're training, though, you won't be indebted to me, okay? So you don't have to walk around calling me sensei. Just call me 𝘾𝙍. Okay. The next day, as 𝘾𝙍 promised, they would begin training in a training ground within the Hidden Leaf Village. Naruto sat on the grass as 𝘾𝙍 explained their first lesson, which would be chakra control. You're young, and yet you possess an incredible amount of chakra. Chakra that I'd say even rivals my own at your young age. Now, the problem is, you can't use any of this chakra because it's uncontrolled. So, we will be working on chakra control. Once you get that down, bugs will flow more easily to you. It is to my understanding that you only just recently developed your bugs, and you can only now use them. Yeah. 𝙎𝙈 said that my bugs only came recently, and that I didn't have them when I was younger. It was as if whenever any bugs would get near me, that they just disappeared. I see. 𝘾𝙍 believed that this had to do with, well, the Nine Tails, and that the bugs were afraid of the deep chakra within Naruto as they could sense it. That malevolent chakra. Even 𝘾𝙍 now, as a sensory ninja, as well as obviously a combat savant, could sense the Nine Tails within Naruto, hidden deep within the boy's body. And so, they would work on chakra control for about 2 months. And I see no reason why Naruto wouldn't be able to master chakra control within 2 months. We've seen Naruto do it in the canon in less time, although he was older, but with a lesser amount of chakra pool, it would be just as difficult, and I see no reason why it would take more or less time than 2 months, and so Naruto would be able to master chakra release. It would be here that 𝘾𝙍 and Naruto would truly begin training. 𝘾𝙍 would grab Naruto a blade from a local shop, as, well, he of course purchased it for Naruto. It was a short sword, so it wasn't too heavy and wasn't too long for Naruto's body. The perfect height and weight, you could say. And so, Naruto was given the blade as he gripped on tightly to its hilt. He looked up at 𝘾𝙍. So this is gonna be my blade? 𝘾𝙍-sensei? Yeah. Wait, Naruto, I said not to call me sensei. You better remember that. Stop calling me sensei. Naruto smiled. Okay, 𝘾𝙍-sensei. Ugh, whatever. Naruto and 𝘾𝙍 would begin to train together. They would train for about 3 months. And this training would actually help 𝘾𝙍 refine his skills, so he had no problem with it. Danzo one time even caught them training together and said it was a good idea so that, well, his muscles didn't grow weak and, well, his reflexes didn't grow too slow during, well, his off time on Anbu missions. And this is where Naruto makes his greatest leap. After mastering his sword, which he would literally call the Great Bug Sword, he did something else. Not only did more and more bugs come to him. But after Naruto was able to fully control his chakra, he had amassed a collection of more bugs than any other Aburame has ever. A fleet of 1 million insects. Insects that Naruto could call upon at any time. And it was funny, because the same reason why insects didn't come to Naruto when he was younger was the same reason that they did now. Because of that chakra, that sinister chakra, they realized that it was really just a huge pool of chakra, and that there was nothing to worry about. Of course, bugs can't see the QB, but that's what they figured it was. As they could see that Naruto's chakra on the surface was as kind as ever, and he had a greater chakra pool than any Aburame that the bugs had ever feasted on. And so they came to him like moths to a flame. Naruto could now use his bugs to use a variety of jutsus. He would create 3 jutsus, being the youngest person ever to create jutsus, although it kind of has an asterisk to it due to the fact that these are bug jutsus, but he would still be the youngest person ever to create a jutsu in the history of the Hidden Leaf Village. Younger than Minato, younger than Kakashi. At the age of just 6 years old, Naruto would create 3 jutsu. The Great Bug Cage, which is a jutsu where several bugs form together, I should say more like thousands of bugs form together, to create a cage to trap Naruto's enemy. Naruto has actually used this ability on 𝙁𝙁, who only broke out by, well, pulling off his glove and using his poison technique. Naruto's second ability, using the bugs, / the second jutsu that he developed, is a jutsu that Naruto likes to call Bug Takeover Jutsu. Naruto uses his chakra so that a variety of bugs come to him. Then he uses these bugs to latch onto his enemy, and he's able to control one of their limbs or even a certain part of them. For instance, he can send all of his bugs to the person's arm and can make them use a kunai to kill themselves, which would effectively be a near unstoppable weapon, but of course there are shinobi that can, well, see something like this coming or can just run away fast enough. Regardless of that, though, this is a very, very good jutsu to have, and Naruto would actually be seen using it multiple times during his, well, training with 𝙁𝙁. After about 2 more years of training, Naruto was 8 years old. He had mastered chakra control, he had developed his bugs to an even greater scale, he had formed a very close bond with 𝙁𝙁, and had mastered 1 chakra release. Earth Style. Why does Naruto have Earth Style in this timeline? Well, I think due to the fact that bugs, well, a lot of them come from the ground, that it just is a natural affinity for him, just like Wind Style. Now, with that being said, he wouldn't master Wind Style, but he has been able to master Earth Style, and can even create a Mud Wall. With that being said, Naruto was now head and shoulders above his peers. No one who was 8 years old was even close to the level of Naruto. If we were to scale this Naruto, I'd say he was easily Chunin level to high Jonin level. Honestly, it just depended on, well, his drive. How determined he was to beat you. Because, well, Naruto was very, very powerful. And sometimes he would even rival 𝙁𝙁. But it would be before Naruto joined the academy that 𝙁𝙁 would be approached by a quote-unquote friend of his, 𝙁𝙁𝙁𝙁. So, 𝙁𝙁, this boy, you have truly taken him on as a pupil? I wouldn't call it that. He wished for me to train him so that he could become Hokage. It's the least I could do for him. I see. Do you believe that he would be good in the Anbu? The Anbu? No. The boy is far too kind-hearted for that. But someone who you could assess is Shino Aburame. He does not have the kind-hearted nature of Naruto. If you're looking for him in the Anbu, I believe that he would serve you well. And so, Danzo would take his eyes off of Naruto, although Naruto seemed so promising, and shift his attention towards Shino for the time being. Now, this is no different than the canon. Anbu had already identified that, well, Shino had the traits of an Anbu, so I see no reason why they wouldn't, well, like him as a future Anbu candidate. Now, Shino's never going to become an Anbu in this timeline, so it doesn't really matter. Now, with that being said, Naruto would join the academy. And upon joining the academy, like I said, he was heads and shoulders above his peers. He knew more knowledge than most of his peers, as 𝙁𝙁 had taught him several things, not only about Konoha, but about the ninja world as a whole, everything that 𝙁𝙁 knew almost. Some of the more gruesome things he didn't choose to share with Naruto, as Naruto's only 8 years old. But with that being said, he would breeze through the academy. Not only had he been the strongest, but he was also arguably the smartest. That Aburame blood really gave him a boost on that part of, well, learning. He was smarter, he was faster, he was stronger than every other academy student. He beat every academy student in their, well, brawls, and, well, eventually, after a few days of being in the academy, he would be approached by Sasuke. Naruto. Huh? What's up, Sasuke? Don't give me that what's up stuff. Do you wanna, train with me? And my older brother, Itachi? Seriously? You're giving me a chance to train with Itachi Uchiha? Yeah. This is a few months to a few weeks before the Uchiha massacre, just to be clear here. So the Uchiha haven't died yet, but Sasuke is still 8 years old. Alright, I would love to. And so, Naruto and Sasuke would go and train with Itachi. Itachi was surprised at the level of strength that Naruto possessed, and was clearly able to tell that he was easily at the level of many Jonin that he had faced in the past, which made Itachi hopeful for the future of the Hidden Leaf Village. Sasuke making friends with this, or Sasuke making friends like this, would only prove to strengthen his ability to get stronger in the future after Itachi would, well, have to slay the clan. But with that being said, he trained with Naruto and Sasuke for the rest of the day. And it wasn't the last time. They would actually train once a week, while Naruto would train with 𝙁𝙁 the other parts of the week, which actually matched up perfectly for, well, 𝙁𝙁 and Itachi, as, well, the one day that Itachi trained them, 𝙁𝙁 was always out on missions, so it was perfect almost. Now, with that being said, Naruto grew much more than Sasuke did from these training sessions, as, well, he was taught a jutsu that he would never forget, the Shadow Clone Jutsu. But not only was he taught the Shadow Clone Jutsu, but also the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu. Now, how does Itachi know, well, what the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu is, and how does he have it? Well, it's simple. He would make a suggestion to Hiruzen that due to the fact that Naruto had such a high amount of chakra, that the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu would be better fit for him than any Clone Jutsu, let alone the normal Clone Jutsu taught in the academy, or the Shadow Clone Jutsu. And so, Hiruzen, after giving it some thought, would agree with Itachi, and would actually be perfectly fine with Naruto having such a jutsu, and thus would give Itachi the scroll, which Itachi would later return to him in perfect condition. Not before writing down a couple of the jutsu, though. With that being said, he would teach Naruto the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, as this would later become a trademark of who Naruto was. The Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, the Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto would then take advantage of the fact that he had huge stores of chakra, and would use his Multi-Shadow Clone Jutsu, and would honestly spam it, creating hundreds of Shadow Clones sometimes at a time, and would also use a massive amount of bugs to gang up on Itachi with Sasuke. Actually, one day they even got the better of Itachi, who would have to use his 3 Tomoe Sharingan to keep up and subsequently eventually beat them. But they definitely got the better of him, and, well, if it was in a situation where Naruto was meant to kill Itachi, the first time that they got, well, Itachi off his guard, and, well, basically blitzed him with a ton of clones and bugs, Itachi could have died. There is a chance. Now, with that being said, Naruto was growing so rapidly that Itachi didn't know what to do. He had never, well, taught such a talented kid. Someone who could learn so fast and someone who had so much potential. And Itachi knew that Naruto hadn't even, well, tapped into the Nine Tails' chakra. And so he would meet with Hiruzen. What is it, Itachi? Lord Third, I have a request. What's the request? May me and Torine, Aburame, the one who is en route, can you what? Can we teach Naruto Uzumaki on how to harness the Nine Tails? What? Are you a fool? If that power gets out, then he could destroy the village again. Naruto never destroyed the village. The Kyuubi did it. And second, my Sharingan would be able to put it under a Genjutsu. Or at least I would be able to put in, well, a Genjutsu, whatever form of the chakra that Naruto manifested, knocking both of them out. Are you positive? Yes, absolutely. I would not suggest this to you if I was unconfident in my ability to restrain him. Fine. Do you believe that it will boast the power of the Leaf Village if Naruto learns how to control the beast? Yes. It will easily make us the strongest village if we aren't already. I know that we are close in power to the Cloud Village, but we will surpass them if we can even get Naruto to tap into half of that Nine Tails chakra. Because as it stands, we do not have a Jinchuriki. Well, not a true Jinchuriki like the Cloud. They have the perfect Jinchuriki Killer Bee and another Jinchuriki Yugito. I see. Well, I give you full permission. If Danzo catches you guys and has any questions, tell him I gave you full permission as well. Oh, and not only that, but please take this with you. What is it? It is a seal. If you manage to place it atop Naruto's head, then the Nine Tails chakra will be immediately cut off. Alright. Huh? Was that a voice crack, Itachi? I'm only 13 years old. You can't hold that against me, can you? You truly are a child prodigy, Itachi. Thank you, Lord Third. With that, Itachi would return to Naruto and Sasuke, and would tell Sasuke that, well, they would have to put an end to, well, Sasuke's training, and would have to start training Naruto specifically. Sasuke got angered at this, and eventually Itachi would find a compromise. Whilst he was training Naruto on how to unlock, well, the Kyuubi's chakra, Itachi would be allowing Naruto to, well, basically free up his time with Torine, which meant that Torine could train Sasuke whilst Itachi trained Naruto. And it worked. Sasuke was perfectly fine with it, and Naruto was now able to begin to, well, train the Nine Tails and fully actually master its power and maybe even graze his potential a little bit. And so the first day was spent on trying to communicate with the Nine Tails. Naruto was almost completely unsuccessful, although he could hear the grunts and growls and, well, overall the Nine Tails just being annoyed at Naruto's entire existence. With that being said, after a little while, Naruto had been able to start talking to the Nine Tails, with the assistance of Itachi, who was able to use his Sharingan to enter Naruto's subconscious and guide him to where the Nine Tails was. Now, with that being said, Naruto had now met the Nine Tails and would begin to talk to the Nine Tails. They even started to develop a small relationship. Although this was only so that Naruto would trust him and, well, he would be able to escape Naruto's body. After Itachi talked about how buddy-buddy Kurama was with him, even telling Naruto his real name, Itachi thought that something was up. Something was suspicious. There was no way that the Kyuubi would be so friendly with such a child for no reason. And so one day when Naruto went to talk with the Kyuubi during their training, Itachi used his Sharingan to enter Naruto's subconscious. He stood beside Naruto, looking deeply at the Kyuubi. Those eyes. Itachi said nothing, with a frown on his face. He then changed his 2 Tomoe into a 3 Tomoe. You recognize these eyes, do you? They're the eyes of the Uchiha clan. I know! I'm no fool. You are too overconfident in your abilities. To restrain you? Not a chance. Now, quick side note, Itachi's never displayed Tsukiyomi, that being infinite Tsukiyomi, before the Mangekyo, which obviously means that it's a Mangekyo Sharingan ability. Not obviously, but it is specifically stated to be a Mangekyo Sharingan ability and one of the most powerful genjutsu in existence. Said to literally represent the spiritual world and darkness. Now, what we're gonna do here is have Itachi have a Tsukiyomi that is weaker to a different degree and won't cause, say, like, mental damage, or rather, like, mental PTSD, like it did for, say, Sasuke and Kakashi, but it can actually provide some form of mental damage to even something as strong as the Kyuubi, and I see no reason why a prodigal child like Itachi wouldn't be able to do this even to the Nine Tails. This is an Anbu squad captain, Itachi. Now, with that being said, Itachi would activate his 3 Tomoe Sharingan as he would use the Tsukiyomi on the Nine Tails, trapping him in a genjutsu. It would be here that the Nine Tails would be sealed away over and over and over and over and over again. As well, it almost was everlasting. The Kyuubi eventually gave in as Itachi smiled. See, Kurama? That was all it took. I'm well aware. Humans have treated you like trash from the moment that you stepped in this village. Actually, probably from the moment that you stepped on this earth. You were hunted down by the first Hokage and trapped in a body that you, well, had no business being in. Or rather, well, a body that you wish you weren't in. Your whole life you have been sealed in Jinchuriki from the Leaf Village. Jinchuriki who don't give a damn about you, and Jinchuriki whose whole purpose is to keep you locked away. I get it. It sucks. There's no denying that. But what you won't do is try to manipulate Naruto. Be all buddy-buddy with him. If it's not content, and if it's not truly content, truly from your heart, if you don't really mean the things that you say, then there's no reason why you should even try. You're not going to be breaking out of Naruto's body. And if you even try to pull a finger to do so, I will tighten the seal further. I can tell. You're okay with us training the Kyuubi chakra because as it slowly seeps out, it begins to weaken the seal. Now, it would take at least, 20 years, I'm thinking, for you to be able to break out of this body at the rate that we're going. Don't make me tighten the seal and ruin all your progress. Because you're never gonna break out of Naruto's body. Either he'll see him. What's wrong? You didn't think that I'd be able to do this? Resist your genjutsu? Fine. I suppose I'll just have to double down. Tsukiyomi! Itachi would do it once more, as the Nine Tails could now do nothing. as he sat in silence looking at Itachi. Now, like I was saying, either I'll reseal you, or Naruto will reseal you. The point is, you will not be breaking out of his body whatsoever. You got that? You Uchihas, always thinking I'm not like Mother. So don't compare me to him. I am Itachi Uchiha. Now you be good to Naruto, and allow him to access your chakra. I don't care if you must make a pact with him. I don't care if it must be a vow between each other. You are the Nine Tails, and you better start paying rent. Itachi would disperse. The genjutsu would be broken. As he now stared at the Nine Tails within, well, its cage, as Naruto was beside him, in Naruto's own subconscious. What happened, Itachi? Oh, nothing. Me and the Nine Tails were just having our own personal little chat. Now, always remember this. If the Nine Tails ever gets you to try and remove that little seal over there, you know, pull it off, don't ever do it. Got that? Yes, Itachi. I understand. Good. The next couple of months would be spent training and honing the Nine Tails chakra, as an 8-year-old Naruto could now access up to 2 to 3 tails on any given day of the Nine Tails' chakra. Now, it got really complicated whenever he delved deeper into the 4th, 5th, and even 6th tails of the Nine Tails, because slowly but surely he began to represent the Nine Tails more and more, to even become a spitting image of the Nine Tails. Never mind that Naruto's skin would burn so bad when he went to those forms of the Nine Tails that he really only did it unless he really had to, and so he would use it as a sort of trump card, not really pulling it out unless things were dire, which was great as a trump card to have, you know. Just being able to transform into the 4th, 5th, 6th tails of any tailed beast is amazing to have as a trump card. Now, with that being said, Naruto continued to get stronger by day, and training with, well, Sasuke, they got stronger together. It made Itachi happy. He could see that Sasuke was happy, and he could see that his brother was getting stronger. What else did he want, if not for his brother to be able to protect himself from even the greatest of threats? Whether it was Danzo trying to take his little brother's eyes, or Itachi trying to make a body out of Sasuke, Itachi has never wanted anything more than for Sasuke to have the ability to protect himself. And slowly but surely, he's realizing that he does. He's realized that, there's no reason for him not to assassinate the clan now, after being ordered to do so. And so, whilst Naruto was eating some ramen, actually at Sasuke's house, with him and, well, Sasuke's family, Itachi would enter the room, looking around and seeing Naruto, Sasuke, Mikoto Uchiha, and Fugaku Uchiha, his mother and father. As Itachi now looked down to the ground, his blade was already stained with the blood of many Uchiha. He then looked up, with the Mangekyo Sharingan. Fugaku, realizing that, well, he had unlocked his Mangekyo, said nothing, activating his own and standing up to challenge his son. With that being said, this is where part 1 to What If Naruto Was in Aburame ends. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. Make sure to hit that long like and subscribe button. Share the video to a friend who likes this or is anime content in general. And with that being said, hope you guys all have a great day. If you're watching this as a movie, then just keep on watching. But with that being said, this has been Rami X, and, well, Rami X, out.